Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to some more League of Legends. I know it's a bit of an early morning. We don't usually do these kinds of streams. We usually have our games in the evenings and whatnot, but we are going to be hopping in to this next game of NamLol, which is going to be good. So we're getting the countdowns and everything. Sorry, my back is a bit itchy. But let us head into game there. Alrighty. We are already into game one of this NamLol match between the Yeet Lounge as well as the UWUs. And curious to see who's going to take the dub here. I do need a little bit of confirmation on who's on what side. I do believe it is the Yeet Lounge are on the left and who's on the right. I think. Could be wrong. I think I might have mixed these teams up, but I do apologize. But it seems like looking at these bans, Tristana and Amelia are going to be taken away. And that respect in the mid lane for the Veigar and the Irradiant Soul, the hard scaling, was too hard to deal with. They did not want to see that again. They struggled against that Veigar the last time, so they do not want to struggle against it again. And then we'll take away that Fiora in that top side. Not going to see that hard carry top laner angle. And then finally, the man who brings load shedding to life on the Rift has been banned away. No load shedding on League of Legends today. So what are they going to be? What is Sade going to be picking up today? What do they have in store for us in this series? As they see the Ezreal are going to play that safe AD carry down in that bot lane. Likely going to be playing a hyper aggressive mid lane or top lane. But that Lee Sin is going to be locked in for Fire. Yeah, for Fire. He's played this before. We've seen what he can do on this Lee Sin. And now the Maokai going to be locked in there. Now that is probably a top or support Maokai. Unless that Lee Sin is going into a solo lane. But that is now going to be the GP. As we predicted, it's going to be the hyper scaling damage top laner. And the Gangplank will be picked up there. And now what is Annie going to be locking? It does look like that is going to be the Ezreal. Sorry, my chair is on its last legs today. Today it's been particularly bad this morning. But yeah, so with the Giant and the Ezreal, very safe lane. Can use the Tornado as well as the ultimate to keep Ezreal safe. So that is going to be very safe there. But now with a very hyper-aggressive AD carry in the bottom, got the Lucian. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Lucian pairing with one of those enchanters. So Nami is still available, as well as the Lulu. But then Lucian also could be going mid lane. We're going to have to find out, as that is going to be the Cassante. Going to be locked in that top side. Well, banned out in that top side, my bad. The early morning is getting to me, not going to lie, ladies and gentlemen. But I just need to make sure that So it is going to be UWU on the left, and then it is going to be the Yeet Lounge on the right. So let's see if what kind of League of Legends that UWU are gonna be popping out for us today. Good luck. Thank you, Bill. I do appreciate it, man. And I'm sure the players are very appreciative of the luck as well. This is bound to be a good game of League of Legends. This also started the record of one of my earliest streams. I think the earliest stream prior to this was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So big shout out to that. Bans Darius and the Cassante don't want any top lane picks there. The Gangplank is already locked in. So do they think it's a Gangplank mid rather than a Gangplank top lane? But then that is going to be the Nami and the Zed ban. Don't want to see that Zed mid lane and do not want to see the Nami Lucian combo down in that bot side. But what will we be seeing paired with the Lucian? Are we going to see the Lucian with the Lulu? Or are we going to see something more hyper-aggressive with the likes of a Thresh or even a Blitzcrank? As that is the Kayle going to be locked in. That is likely either going to be Kayle mid or Kayle into the top lane. That could be firm. That Maokai is still quite flexible. But I am more into the position that is the Maokai bot lane. Can kind of match the aggression of the Lucian. As now that is going to be a Cho'Gath hollow for Goopy. Are we going to be seeing the Cho'Gath top lane and the Gangplank mid? But these are quite flexible, I would have to say. Both these champions can be fit between mid and top lane. So curious to see what is going to be in store for UWU. Dogloff is hovering the Evelyn. Would be kind of spicy if we saw the Evelyn here. They are lacking a little bit of that AP damage. So they're going to need some of that hard AP jungle. Cho'Gath really not doing too much, especially with the Maokai on their team. And it is going to be the Evelyn for Dogloff. And then that is going to be the immediate Mordekaiser lock-in. So that is fermenting the Kale in the mid lane. That is Mordekaiser in that top side. And then that is going to be Lucian Maokai down in the bot lane. Now, let's get the votes going, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, let's see who do you think is going to be taking this first game. Is it going to, are UWU going to come out strong with this surprise Evelyn pick? Or does Yeet Lounge strike back with that heavy hard scaling with the Kale? So let's get the UWU, and then let's get the Yeet Lounge. TYL. Alright. You got 5 minutes. Spend your points wisely, please. I'm not responsible for the loss of a massive amount of points. Well, you know, actually, I technically am, but, like, I'm not gonna really stop you. But, so we are going to be waiting for the small delay. But meanwhile, we got my little baby. She has come here. Come, baby. Come, Bella. Come closer. She is very comfortable where she is, and she's not moving. She is very happy with where her little spot is, so she's just gonna chill there. But it's early in the morning. I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. Like, I would not want to be after this early in the morning. But we got some vibes to some funky tunes while we wait, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. Don't move the cat. It'll only lead to disaster. I mean, I'm not gonna move it forcefully. Hey, baby, come here. Hey, come here, baby. Hello. There you go. She is much happier now. There she is. Look at her. You got the loaf. She is loafed up on the corner of the bed. She's very happy. She's happy in the loaf. Cats live for the loaf. Fuck. Drop. Fuck. Let it go. What the fuck? Drop. Let it drop. What the fuck? Say that you love me, fool me, don't do me, love me. Say that you love me, leave me. Say that you need me. And I want what I want, and you run it away. Wanna hold back, then you're holding me back. You wanna hold back, no, you're holding me back. love me, say that you love me. Boom me, boom me. Love me, and say that you love me. Leave me, say that you need me. That you need me. So it does kind of look like that is going to be the gang playing mid and the Cho'Gath top lane, rather than the Cho'Gath mid and the gang playing top lane. But hopefully gonna be a good one. Hopefully gonna be a good one. We want good League of Legends here, people. We want a good League of Legends. Boy, you're holding me back. Hey, Lou. Hey, my Lou. My favorite Lou. Love me, love me. Time controls. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be hopping into game 1 of this NamLol series between UWU and the Yeet Lounge. What are we going to be seeing coming out there? We get some mastery spams here and there. We got Dogloff on the Evelyn. Have not been able to see much Evelyn this competitive season. Lee Sin, very familiar champion for the Fire Pony. And he has been quite useful, and it does look like he's going for that lethality Lee Sin once again. The biggest Les loves this mount guy, has played it a handful of times already. That is going to be Steam Dog on that Mordekaiser, King Fluff on that hyper-scaling mid laner. Well, then we have Goopy on his signature Gangplank. Curious to see how well this lane goes. Both these champions are just going to look to farm, but GP will be stronger in the early game with the first strike. As Dogloff uses the best emote in League of Legends. The doot doot. Doot doot. It's the best one. By far. No other emote can top it. And we got Lee Sin is gonna be vibing here. Five only having a good time. Man's having too good of a time here. Look at him go. A little more relaxed on one side, a little bit serious on the other. As Dogloff is going to be starting that up. He's running the KDA Evelyn. Very, very cool skin for them. We got Sade on the Porcelain Ezreal. Janna on the Fnatic Janna. Gangplank starting the barrels early rather than the Q. Goes for the auto attack resets. Taking down King Fluff a little bit. But that is... I feel like playing Gangplank now. I'm gonna go play Gangplank probably after this. Janna lands the first native of the evening. GP desperately trying to get the double barrel. But not going to be able to, as he's now got the Q. He's got the blunderbuss shot. The top lane, that Cho'Gath skin is crazy good. I wish that I had that skin. That skin was so good. The new Broken Covenant Cho'Gath. As the E does connect from Steam Dog. Ashen Knight still struggling a little bit. But now Lord Goopy going to be holding King Fluff under his tower. Kale still is going to be in that melee form, so will be quite easily bullyable by the Gangplank. And now we see Big Les is also being bullied a bit by the Janna. The Nado's being a bit of a pain in the butt to deal with. But that is now the level 2 for this bot lane. We're going to see any hard commitments on this Maokai and the Lucian. It does not look like it. Janna goes for the Nado once again and connects it onto the Big Les 2 for 2. Now King Fluff just taking a lot of damage from this Gangplank. He has reached that point where he can just spam his Q. He will have the Sheen relatively soon. Gangplank's generally try and hold as much goals as want to go for just that Sheen. But now Fire Pony level 3, gonna look mid lane. Mordekaiser is also making that roam into the GP as well. This does look like it's going to be the 3-man gank onto mid lane. Lee Sin does have the resonating strike. We'll go for the war drum. Rather, not going to go for the resonating strike. We'll get it and is going to continue after the flash. And that is first blood to Kale. Excellent run coming from Steam Dog and Fire Pony as UWU take the lead. I mean, as Yeet take the lead. Gosh. Yeet take the lead on this gangplank. Does have the sheen, so it will be a lot easier for them there. Dogloff is going to try and catch out fire on the Scuttle Crab. But there will be no fighting there. There's going to be a trade. The engage coming in from the big Les, but it's going to be buffered by the Arcane Shift. Majestic Reaper jumping in, doing a bit of damage to Sade. But it is going to be a fairly 50-50 trade, as Janna does not miss these nados. She has not missed since we've gotten into lane. One thing I definitely do think I might need at some point is water, because I am going to die a horrific and painful death if I don't drink any water this morning. Knock up Line by the Cho'Gath, but Annie is doing very well at bullying this bot lane, keeping the pressure up with the nados, really forcing a disengage rather than a re-engage Maokai angle. Who did opt for the Spell Thieves rather than the Relic Shield, so it's going to just try and keep getting poked off, but it's not going to be very easy. nados connecting. Like, this is not a fun lane for the Maokai. But Ezreal is looking very little lower than he would like to be. Does have the biscuits. In fact, both sets of bot laners have the biscuits. So they will be sustaining in this lane for quite some time. There's a bit of a bait happening. War jump coming out from the Lee Sin. Lord Goopy has no flash. Going to run into the river. But that is going to be the slow coming out from the Lee Sin. There's going to be flash from Dogblock. But the immediate resonating strike there. But it's not going to be enough. As that flash plus the passive burn from the Gangplank will lock down Fire Pony with the assistance of Evelyn. And that is going to be the GP picking up his first kill of the game. Knocked up again, connecting from the big Les. Dogloff wants to try go mid again. Hale does have flash, but she is still quite vulnerable nonetheless, as now Ashen's going to have to run away. Mordekaiser taking a good trade, getting the passive proc off. Barrel connecting mid lane, but there is not going to be further chase. Kale's just going to make it under her tower pretty easily. Well, Lord Dogloff is going to go back into venture into his top side. Going to try and pick up that level 6. Going to be farming it up. That level 6 Evelyn is going to be an absolute monster around the map now. Oh, King Fluff is now a ranged champion. Also picking up that level 6. So he's not going to be able to get bullied as hard by the Gangplank anymore. While Sade and Annie are just going to try and hold this wave as long as possible. Both bot lanes are yet to reset, but they have both got plenty of sustain with the pots. So very unlikely we'll see any early resets, but it'll be rather playing just to see who can get the better push in the on the wave. As Kale opted for the full attack speed boots and already picked up that cloth armor, showing that kind of respect to the Gangplank. Very, very well thought of, very respectful as well. The Sheen's going to be hurting quite a bit, and now that the GP has reset, does have the Ninja Tabai. We'll be able to deal with the Kale as well as the Lee Sin and Lucian. But Mordekaiser is going to be hurting quite a bit. But good to see we got some good itemization coming out here in the mid lane. But this Kale is likely not to go that AD route. It's going to go more of the AP Kale. Because that is the current meta for Kale top at least. I don't know if it's changed for mid. The big Les looking for Sade as Janna had to go for that quick reset. We'll get caught out by some saplings. Taking some damage. And now Lee Sin is going to lock down that Scuttle Crab with assistance of Kale again just to back him up. 4 members of the Yeet Lounge in the bot side. They want to try and go for this dragon here. The GP is going for the fight and that Kale is kiting out so well. The lethal tempo plus the extra range. Really making it hard for Lord Goopy to get on there. The Goopy does suspect something, is going to walk down, but that is going to be a dragon very easily slain by Fire Pony. As Goopy's going to have to back off here. That is 4 members of the Yeet Lounge are in hot pursuit. Kale is going for the chase. But you gotta back off. GP does have the barrels, and one thing for sure, a good GP barrel can do so much damage against multiple members. As we see, Steam Dog is going to be coming to mid lane again. The Gangplank does not have flash, not for a little bit. Is going to be running away once again. Mordecai does try and predict with the E, but doesn't get a GP. Now does still not have flash. It is such a low cooldown. Flash into the Death Realm, but will be immediately eaten into the flash from the Goopy and the Oranges. Forcing out the ult. Really well played there from Goopy, using the Oranges to escape. So that is no flash from Mordekaiser for no flash on the Gangplank. And an ulti for ulti trades as well. So all in all, Kale just got a little bit more XP in that lane. But GP going to be able to pick up this wave. As he is very comfortably in the lead here in the mid lane. Sade is sitting at 72 CS, as the Sheen as well as the Caulfields. So we'll be chunking out quite a bit of the damage. Is going for the Essence Reaver build over what is we are regularly known for. Well, possibly the Essence Reaver build. Or it could just be building into the Manamune. We don't know for sure. But Jan, I don't miss. Cheapening NATO's left, right, and center, as we do see Lee Sin wants to go for a gank onto that top side. Ashen Knight is a bit pushed up, does have the flash on the Cho'Gath. The knockup does not connect. It does look like they're going to go for this. Lee Sin does have the kick available. Use the resonating strike, but kicks forward rather than back. Unfortunately, Firepony wasn't able to get to behind that Cho'Gath in time. And the kick does go backwards. But a lot of damage coming out from Lord Goopy onto King Fluff. A Dogloff is going to be looking mid lane. Is the level 6, so is not spotted. King Fluff does not have flash, but does have the ulti, but the slow is going to be coming out there. Not going to be able to lock down the Kale. Doesn't go for the full charm, just wants to get that slow off. Try and force out an ultimate. But once again, it's just going to be a bit calm in this game. A lot of scaling involved. Cho'Gath just using the eats to scale up. Gangplank got the passive, got the first strike. Kale is just Kale. And Ezreal will just be sitting back stacking up his tier. So not too much aggression either side here. Expected a little more coming out from the likes of a Lee Sin and a Lucian. But it does not seem like that is the priority in this early game. And the safety which the Janna and the Ezreal offer has been a bit of a nightmare for Lucian. Can't really dash forward. Will immediately get knocked up, or Ezreal will immediately dash away. You see Dogloff is not going to go for the fight down to Firepony. Firepony's going to have to flash up the wall. But it's not going to be enough. Will Warthog back into Sade. Gifting that Ezreal a free kill there. But Dogloff using his flash to go and grab that kill. Trading for Fireponies. That is Ezreal locking it down. And that is very easy for him there. But Ashen Knight gonna desperately try and hold that wave. The Dogloff is gonna get caught out on a ward. So Annie is going to go and help assist and clear it out. Alright. Majestic getting hit by the Nado once again. These Nados are just coming in too clean. Hot diggity damn, too clean on the Nados from Annie. Are you okay? Ezreal has got that shutdown now. 107 CS. First kill. And it's immediately gone. It was there and now it's gone. It's coming and going, bro. As the goal lead is in their favor. We got the Yeet, the UWUs are very comfortably in the lead. The GP goal as well as the... Yeah, just general GP goal, if I would not be surprised. But King Fluff is going to be getting two-man ganked. There is going to be the full charm, but it's going to force the Divine Judgment. But that is a lot of damage coming out from both of them. And Dogloff will lock down King Fluff with the ultimate. With the final caress, I believe it is called. The last caress. Oh, I was close. I was closer than I thought. I was closer than I wanted to be, but here we are. So really well played coming out from Dogloff and Lord Goopy. Abusing the fact that the Kale does not have flash. And now this is going to be the Dragon startup for the UWUs. But the Maokai is going to drop forward. Leads to the Resonating Strike into the pit. The Maokai's Nature Drop does connect onto 2. That's a lot of damage taken from the Jan. Jan does have Monsoon, but it's going to get caught until it has no mana to drop it. There is going to be the Death Realm, but it's not going to be enough. Lord Goopy just trying to survive. Evelyn tries to pick up one, but Lee Sin does get the kick into the Resonating Strike as there's a shutdown from Mordecai, takes on Israel. And now Steam Dog is fighting Lord Goopy, and Lord Goopy will be falling to the God of Death up in that top lane. And will pick up that second dragon. Very well played coming out from the Yeet Lounge. One thing's for sure. I mean, the Ashen Knight did have the teleport. Could possibly have ported in for the fight to go for the dragon, but opted more to pick up some plates up here. A little bit more valuable for the likes of a scaling Cho'Gath, but now he's going to be facing up against a very, very fed Mordekaiser. Already 2 kills. Seamdog does not have the ultimate, but is going to try and clear the wave. Will land the E. But now Ashen is going to have to show some respect to Seamdog here. You know, GP has the full Essence Reaver, got the Man Immune, has been locked in for Ezreal. Already some of these first items, but that is not Gale Force and Eclipse between the Lee Sin and the Lucian. And Lord Goopy gets the crit. Love to see it. But Annie is going to go clear out some vision. Gonna just use the shield, but the saplings are going to be a bit of a pest. This is going to be the tank Maokai, but has opted for the Spell Thieves. Just to get that extra bit of poke off in the lane. No NATO connecting there. But Lord Goopy is going to go get the barrel onto King Fluff. Gonna have to walk it out as Fire Pony walks into the lane. Goopy did want that minion, but unfortunately did not get it. Was not worth the walk back. He was not worth the walk back. But now Dogloff is in hot pursuit. They do want to see if they can catch out the Lee Sin. Wards are the place. They do know that Lee Sin is going into his top side. Mordekaiser is going to be there as well. So Dogloff will back off. Can't really face that really full Rylized Mordekaiser along with the Ninja Tabai. GP not going to do as much damage as he would like. Well, Evelyn still yet to pick up that first item. Is looking to build either Proto Belt or the Night Harvester. While Kale is building that more AP Kale. As we see, it is going to be the lethal, is going to be the Nash's Tooth Rush coming out there. But Steamdog and Fire Pony are going to be starting up this Rift Herald. But Ashen Knight and Dogloff are not happy about it. They do want to go for the commit here. Lee Sin does get hit with the charm. But that's going to be the immediate death realm there from Mordekaiser. Taking Dogloff away. Does have the final caress. Will try to get out, but Streamdog will go for the flash. But that's going to be the immediate trade there from Ashen, who will get that shut down onto Mordekaiser. And looks like they are going to back off the Rift Herald here. As it is a 1-for-1 once again. But GP will be walking into the likes of Fire Pony. But is going to get kicked away. And then that's going to force the flash out of that Lee Sin. But Sade, again, very quiet, has got the fully stacked Man Immune already. Makai does not land the sapling. They really want to try and get the engager, but it's such a safe lane. It is impossible for the Makai to get even close to the Ezreal, unless the Ezreal wants the Makai to hop on him. So now Lee Sin is just now... Lee Sin does opt for the more lethality build, and the Proto Belt has been acquired by the Evelyn. But there is a control ward. It is going to catch out Dogloff. Dog does not matter. The Monsoon will be there to try and get the insect onto the big Les. That's going to force the flash out. The calling is dropped. And Yoke does try flash forward. It's going to be a flash forward from the Lee Sin. The Ezreal ulti does go very wide. Oh my goodness. The exhaust coming out from the big Les, knocking back Sade. So much damage coming out from the Evelyn. They're not going to be able to lock them down. Kale does drop the Divine Judgment. Does save his life. And that is going to be a very well done rotation coming out from the side of the Yeet Lounge. It did look very promising for UWU. But then there was a bit of an overextension coming out from Annie. Not able to get any of that necessary lockdown. Not able to get that slow. And that would have been the immediate return fire from the Lee Sin as well as the Lucian, who would pick up his second kill in this game. The Ashen Knight also just playing the scaling, has got the hard steel, the bonk, the big bonk. And it's very tempting, just to goes for the bonk, easy peasy, picks up some of that free HP. Cho'Gath is going to be a bit of a menace into this late game, as there is realistically only one set of tank shred, and that is the Kale. That is only with 2.5 items that is going to be possible. And looking at how well the Shogoth is going, is going to be opting more of that magic resist route, so we'll make it a little bit harder for the Kale to shred through him. As this is the third dragon of the game. You do want to compete for it, but it does seem like the Yeet Lounge wants to get that third dragon. Going to get a TP coming out from the Mordekaiser. Goopy is taking a lot of damage. The GP ulti is dropped immediately. Now TP coming in from the Cho'Gath, counteracting that is going to be the kind of caress. Not going to lock down anyone. Mordekaiser does take Evelyn into the death realm. Ashen Knight takes down the Maokai. King Fluff does Sage. Sage has nowhere to go. Lord Goopy going for the barrels. Own does not have any barrels. They're going to have to back off. They're not coming out from the Cho'Gath. But then Lee Sin does get onto the backline, does use the kick onto Ashen Knight. Ashen Knight does not connect anyone else, as this is such a close fight. It's 3 versus 2. It's Lord Goopy against 2. Well, there's 3 against, as a triple kill for the Majestic Reaper. And that is very good kiting coming out there from him. But Lord Goopy does not look like he could possibly go for the contest, but only has 1 barrel. So we'll rather use this to go and push that mid wave. And that is going to be the third dragon going over to the Yeet Lounge. With that now mid lane pushing, Lord Goopy's going to have to back off. Show that respect to that Lee Sin that they deserve. And Kale is now sitting at that level 12. Only 4 levels away from the bomb. Like most things, like most games with the Kale, you are on a ticking time bomb there. Like the moment the Kale hits that 16 is going to be a lot trickier to deal with her. Lucian 5-0-5. Also got a very commanding lead. But then the Gangplank is able to hold up against the Kale. Is actually ahead of the Kale in terms of the gold. Even ahead of the likes of the Lucian. The gold is only 2,000 in favor of the Yeet Lounge. But it does seem like they've got the goal in the right carries, and he's going to get caught out on the little sapling here. Oh goodness, I'm a tired boy. Okay, you can yell at me all you want. Dogloff clearing out the vision. Still only has the proto belt. Has not opted for any of that dark steel action. We usually do see the dark steel action coming out from him there, because it's a lot of the time Evelyn prioritizes the Medjais and that really hard snowball item. As much as I said about how the Cho'Gath are prioritizing MR, he goes straight for the plate steel caps and Balmy Cinder. I thought he was gonna go something like the Abyssal Mask or something, but it does not seem that way. It seems like he is showing the respect that the Lucian and the Lee Sin have deserved here. But Shade and Annie are going to have to back off. Lee Sin was looking for a possible engage bot side. But it's not going to happen. Lee Sin could look for a possible reset, but does want to pick out that last bit of gold. The Evelyn is going to be top side. Team Dog does have the Death Realm. Is going to take Evelyn right into the realm with her. Dogloff having to kite this out. Team Dog will back off. Is not going to go for the fight onto Evelyn. But that is going to be first turret going over to the Kale. Going over to the mid lane. As the Cho'Gath desperately trying to push it up. But Kale is going to be roaming now. Is going to try and catch out Dogloff. But Dogloff is invis. The charm coming out there. King Fluff does have the Divine Judgment. A lot of damage coming out. Kale going to be burning a little bit more. Stacked Lethal Tempo. Has stacked up the passive. King Fluff needs to be careful. Divine Judgment is dropped. And that is going to be Cho'Gath taking down the Lee Sin with the Eat. But then there's going to be the double kill locked in for the Kale. But then Steam Dog gets caught by Lord Goopy, who will take down King Fluff. The burn plus the barrels from Goopy is going to do so much, forcing out the flash from Steam Dog. Goopy does get pulled forward. He does not have flash. He is so low. And there's going to be the flash forward from the Goopster. The Goop is not going to be able to take it down. Does have the Q spam. Really, really wants this kill on the Mordekaiser, but does not look like he is going to get it. Chaos ensuing in that top lane. GB picking up a kill there. Kale locking down 2 more. There we see that is going to be Goopy picking up the second tower for the UWUs. And that is going to mean he is going to be on very comfortable 9,000 gold. He is 2,000 gold ahead of his laner. I'm like, what is that? That is just Gangplank things, bro. It's like this Lucian's got 5 kills and he is still behind the gangplank, bro. Sometimes you gotta show some love for GP. Champion's fun, champion's entertaining, but can one-shot everyone in the game if he felt like it. But now Dogloff is going to try and spot out King Fluff. As wards are clear, King Fluff is 2 levels off level 16. Once that level 16 comes out, Kale is going to be a monster. But it does seem like there's going to be a connect onto Lord Goopy. There are multiple members rotating mid. The slow will not connect from King Fluff. Fire Pony is there, is going to try to go for that resonating strike, but will get blocked by the minion. As now Annie, are you okay? And Ogloff are going to walk up, but that is going to be the catch there, forcing out the flash from Annie. Lucian going to do so much damage. Annie has nowhere to go, does not bother using the Monsoon, and Majestic is now dominating on this Lucian. Very big misplay coming out from Annie down there. As now we're going to see 3 members rotating down the bot side. Dogloff is all alone. Very high HP, and King Fluff is just going to go back mid, going to just try and get some more damage over. There's a lot of damage over to Goopy. As you see, the Dragon Soul is going to be started up by the Yeet Lounge, and they are going to be doing this relatively slowly. Evelyn is in the area, does want to possibly look for the steal, does land the charm. Nature's Grasp is going to be dropped and is going to connect onto the Evelyn. She cannot get the pit in time, and Red Side do take out that dragon. They do get the soul. It is Mountain Soul. Evelyn does his ult. He does take down Fire Pony, but he's going to force the flash out of Big Legs. He'll get the knockback into the Lucian, into the Malice. Does not get anyone else, but the exhaust will be used by the Maokai just to solidify that kill there. As now Kale's still level 40, but you see the Cho'Gath very comfortably pushed out that top side, able to pick up 2 towers in trade. And it's still, like, the gold is so even between these 2 teams. Annie equals Janna, XD. Annie, are you okay? No, Annie did not look okay in that instance. But Sade and Annie are going to take down this bot tower, or hopefully try. But now Lucian has made his way there. Israel has picked up the Navori into that second item. While King Fluff is going to just keep farming up a storm. It's a bit rough now that the soul has been picked up. Gonna have that extra bit of shielding, extra bit of resistances to trying to shred through. Evelyn gonna have to work hard to get those kills, as well as the gangplank, who now does have 3 items, does have Lord Dominic's along with Essence Reaver and Navori, so we'll be churning out the big damage. Wow, Israel is yet to pick up that full Sheen item, and Fire Pony does look like he wants to go into that bot side, does have the extra move speed from the Wind Gust. Will not land there, but Dogloff does try and pick up one, does get by Nature's Grasp, but lands the Charm into the room. Majestic takes down Dogloff. As there's unfortunately not going to be any kills happening down there, for Evelyn really tried to lock them down, but is not going to be enough. This Mountain Drake is doing so much work. As Kale is going to take a bit of tower, but Ashen Knight's going to make his way mid, immediately get the flash out of the Kale. Lisa does land the resonating strike onto Sade. Sade is going to try and EA away. Does get the shield from the Janna, but they are going to sacrifice this tower. They do not want to risk any more L's. The gold lead is 100% still even, but the scaling is it's all a matter of who executes the scaling better, GP or the Kale. Both these lanes very much on a knife's edge. King Fluff 1 level away from that level 16. Lord Goopy also very close by there, but a lot of damage coming from Lord Goopy. The Ezreal is going to be the back him up, but King Fluff doing quite a bit of damage despite tanking a bit of the tower. As we see, it's really desperate to try and push out these waves. Once that level 16 Lee Sin is there just to back him up, and they want to commit for this tower, but Sade is going to be able to protect it, as Dogloff could be looking for a play mid here, but will rather go up into his jungle just to farm. But Sade still waiting to finish that Sheen item, likely to see an Essence Reaver from him rather than the Divine Thunder or the Triforce. And that is a 3-item Lucian, 8-0 and 5. That is mental coming out from him there. Gonna be doing quite a lot of damage to all these armor builders. As Build-A-Bear has continued for the Cho'Gath, does build the Bramble Vest. alongside with a no magic mantle, but is looking to finish that Sunfire cape. Or Sunfire Aegis. Sorry, my bad. I'm still in like 2012 and like in 20 bro. The Cyberman does land the Resonating Strike to Ashen Knight, but that is a very tanky Cho'Gath, as he will have to use the flash to get out of there. Sade and Annie are gonna hold mid. Kale is very close to that level 16. Only like probably a one or two minions of that level 16, and that Kale has reached her tipping point. GP is not going to be there yet. Kale will likely be the first person to hit that level 16. Mordecai's still level 15. Lisa level 14. Are they going to hand over the scuttle to... They do! And King Fluff hits the level 16 on the Kale here. Is going to go pick up that Zonia's. Well, at least part of the Zonia's. Going to lock in the stopwatch. But level 16 Kale, we got a game on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. It has reached 29 minutes. The Kale has soul, has 2 full items. That Kale is going to do so much damage. You've got to be careful. As now Dogloff is going to be in the hot pursuit. Does get spotted out. Will not get it by King Fluff. As they are able to still spot out the Kale. But GP going to be sitting down here. Going to try and farm some ways. But Kale is going to go for the fight onto Annie. Going to immediately get the flash out of both Annie and get the Arcane Shift out of Sade. As the Imperial Mandate coming in the clutch, but Dogloff is going to get caught out. The slow will not connect from Kale. Dogloff is running for his life. I would be running for my life too if I had a level 16 Kale with 2 items chasing me. So now King Fluff is going to be the main carry here. And Lucian is going to be sitting more on that backline. So that's yet to die. So both these carries have got the necessary gold they need to survive here. They're just desperately trying to look for plays. Yeah, Lord Goopy pushed up a little further than he should have. Gonna look like he's gonna go for that commit onto the Lucian. Gonna try and flash forward, but this the solo kill into the shutdown coming out from the Majestic Reaper. Lord Goopy does get taken down. Ezra ulti not able to do enough to the Lucian. As this is going to be Elder. And that is going to be likely going to be started by the Yeet Lounge. King Fluff waiting in the bush. They do want to fight this. Dogloff is going to go for the engage there onto the Lucian. Will not be able to get anything off for the final caress. Lee Sin does love Resonating Strike. Could possibly go for the re-engage. Maokai does on Nature's Grasp to try and catch out Dogloff, but is going to be out of there. That is no ulti for the Evelyn. That is no execute available. 5 members of the Yeet Lounge are down bot side, but that is the one shot coming out from Dogloff. I've been taking a lot of damage, and Steam Dog will take them into the death realm. Evelyn has nowhere to go. She has no flash, has no ulti. King Fluff will get that kill, and this is going to be a free Elder Drake for them. The Cho'Gath does not have flash, but does have the ultimate. That he can go for the steal here, but Kale is not going to let that happen. The knockup coming up. But they are just trying to deny this. Really want to pick up that Elder. Kale with the Elder will be able to just go push through that mid lane in the game here. A lot of strength that is offered to the Kale. And that is going to be Kale picking up that Elder. And they do look like they're going to go for a quick hard reset before going for Baron. But that is multiple objectives picked up by the Yeet Lounge. And this is just getting harder and harder for UWU. And because despite all of this, the gold is still even. 52,000 to 52,000. It's dead even with the soul, even with the Elder, and it's like an absolutely dead even game still. Hale has got items. The Gangplank gold is likely what is keeping a majority of his team afloat, as well as the Ezreal, who has been farming very well. But yeah, so GP keeping that gold, holding the line there. As now Lee Sin does have the Omus, is going to try and land that strike, but then the GP does drop the ult and try and clear out the wave. But that is going to be taken down very easily. They take down the tower, they trade some HP. They can look for fights here. Evelyn does try to go for the one shot, but that is not going to be enough. Dogloff gets hit by the Resonating Strike into the one shot, into the kick, into the burn. Fire Pony takes down the Evelyn. As the Elder Drake comes in clutch there. Kale and Mordekaiser are leading the charge here. Divine Judgment keeping that Lee Sin alive. As you now see, going to see the one shot onto Annie. Will get caught out by the Elder Drake. A lot of damage coming out of King Fluff here. Kale is the monster that we all know her to be. And she has got the full Danya, so that is a full 3 items. And with the Evelyn still dead and Annie the Janna is not available. This could be a possible Baron. They might try bait it. But they are getting caught out on a ward. But it does look like they are just going to do it anyway. Israel does have the ultimate. Could possibly go for a steal here. And does look like he will attempt it. But it was a little bit early from him. As that now is Baron picked up by the Yeet Lounge. This will firmly cement them with a small 3,000 gold lead. By this point in the game, 3,000 gold is not much. Evelyn does have the full Rabadons. As the Ezreal has also now picked up that Essence Reaver. And the Mordekaiser with the Thornmail. That is a 3 item. I mean, Maokai with the Thornmail. Mordekaiser with the Jack Show and the Demonic Embrace. And then the Cho'Gath finish the Divines, finish the Sunfire, finish the Thornmail. But it has not picked up too much MR just yet. And this Kale is going to start being an issue. Well, they didn't deal with her too much in the early game. She had a lot of free reign in the mid lane. GP has just been like, oh, I just want to farm. And the Kale was kind of like, yeah, sure, let's see who farms better. And at this point, who did farm better? 4 items between both, well, 4 items for the GP. And that is 3.5 items for the Kale. It is just so much damage, man. We are going to be seeing the Serpent's Fang pick up for GP. Really smart itemization from him. Going to be able to eat through that shield from the Mountain Drake pretty easily. And both teams just trying to hold the line. Soul is what is allowing the Yeet Lounge just push up and play this aggressive. But UWU do not want to give this game up without a fight. But Mordekaiser will be picking up some more towers up in that top side. Oh gosh. Eh. Now, looking at this, Ashen Knight is quite a chunky boy, very tanky boy. And Steam Dog has got the Jack Show, so be able to fight for a very long time. There's going to be a possible engage coming from the Lee Sin. The extra movement from the Yomus plus the Kale could have almost sent him into another dimension. As they are going to commit for this dragon here, but that is going to the GP ultimate is going to be dropped. That is a lot of damage from the Gangplank. The Divine Judgment coming out from the Kale into the Lee Sin kick. Ezreal will E-Ford, will take down King Fluff. Ashen Knight dealing with the Mordekaiser all by himself up in that top lane. Well, Firepony is on the run, but Dogloff is going to be there to pick them out. Does pick up one, but then is going to be immediately traded by the Lucian. This game is bound to be a doozy, people. It is a very close game still. 3,000 gold separating these two teams, but it is not enough to solidify a lead. Lucian getting his first death. Yeet Lounge have all the objectives, and they are still not able to try and close this game out. But now we see the knocker coming out onto the Mordekaiser. Is possibly going to be a fight happening here. As we see, Dog is taking down Annie, but Annie is going to drop the redemption. Going to get a bit of healing there. Ashen Knight is going to be waiting for Sade to get out of the Death Realm. Steam Dog is going to be there. Into the knock-up from the Cho'Gath. Does have the Eat available. Ezreal wants to go for this chase. Does drop the ultimate there. Gangplank is going to try and pick up one. Ezreal does go for the Q, but is going to be forcing the flash out of Steam Dog in the top lane. So yeah, knives in this game, as I've mentioned in the beginning, very much scales can be very easily tipped. It is all a matter of who plays the team fight better. And now Dogloff very hesitant to walk into that bush. And that is 4 members of the Yeet Lounge are all there. Dogloff is waiting. I think he knows. Doesn't want to risk it. Does spot out Fluff there. Evelyn will get caught out by the sapling. as this is going to be the second Elder that is going to be started up by the Yeet Lounge. Jogoth is going to be there, so is the Janna. They are gonna, looks like Jogoth does have the flash, could go for the flash. Eat Evelyn is gonna look for the steal as well. Does try and go for the charm, but does get caught out by the traps. Steam Dog is going to be there, does not have Death Realm. They do want to try and lock down this Evelyn, but that is, Lee Sin will secure the dragon. That is the second Elder for the Yeet Lounge. They can go and look for the fights here, especially with the Elder Dragon. While we see UWU are on the run. They are not looking for a fight here. They do not want to take anything. This could be the final push, as Lee Sin does go for the Q, does land the kick onto Ash and does try and knock them back. Knock the Cho'Gath into the Ezreal. Not going to be enough. But plenty of wave clear between that Cho'Gath and that Gangplank, so it is very hard for anyone to try and land a firm amount of damage down. My opponent could have taken that Q onto Annie and could have locked him down, but it would have been a trade there. As Evelyn needs to sacrifice her jungle. Level 15, Lisa's level 17. KL is already over at level 18. Almost has the Rabadons. And I think that once that item is picked up, that KL is going to be messing around like it's nobody's business. Which likely does have the Rabadons. He's only about 100 gold off it. The knockout coming out there. Ezreal does try to go for the Q there, but King Fluff does get caught out, does get hit by the silence, but the immediate Divine Judgment will take down one, will take down two. Goes golden. Redemption there, gonna keep Sayed alive. King Fluff was able to use that Divine Judgment to perfection there. Surviving majority of the burst, doing that little bit extra damage, picking up a kill there. As now they are gonna try and look to push out, finally open up the base. Fire Pony and Steam Dog are going to be actually looking to start up the Baron. Maokai Dutch of the Nature's Grasp. They really, really want this tower. Going to see an engage coming in there, but GB ulti will be burned. Big Led's going to have to back off. But King Fluff wants this inhib. They are going to go grab it. A lot of damage coming out from the Lucian there. Actually not getting a small disconnect, but Mordekaiser and the Lee Sin do go and pick up that Baron. They do duo it. Getting those fast resets. Kale will have that Rabadons in the base. She is going to be one scary lady. Lucian has gotten the full build now with the Collector plus the Mortius. So gonna be trying to survive a little bit more of Doglock's damage. And one thing you gotta say is, how can you come back from this if you are UWU? It's just a tricky task. You've been able to keep even with all of this, but now the tides are going to be turning as the Kale is just too strong. The Lee Sin has been able to set up really, really good ultimates there. Still game one. Indeed, it is still game one, kind sir. They're still really trying to push it through. 11-1 on the Lee Sin. They're still not able to push through. 41-minute game here. It seems like this game is just not even a double Elder and Baron are separating these two teams. Mordekaiser is still on that top side trying to open up that second tier turret, but Knight is not letting that happen. Lord Goopy is going to come up to assist. Steam Dog has got the stacked up. Jack Show going to pull two, going to get caught into the barrel. But there's a lot of damage coming out from the Gangplank onto Steam. Team needs to be careful, and Ash Knight does get the eat, but Kale will get that mid tower. Get that bot tower, and looks like they are going to go pick up that next inhib. They are going to look to close out this game here. Nature's Grasp is dropped. Evelyn is in the back line, but Yeet do not care. They want to go for the end here. Gale has fully stacked, doing so much damage. There is no ulti for the Cho'Gath. The redemption coming out, just trying to keep them alive. But the Yeet Lounge take game one in this series. My goodness, that is one of the longest League of Legends games I've had the courtesy of casting. Whew. Damage quite high. Lee Sin was able to get some good setup here and there. But that Gangplank, 36,000, and Kale and 26, and Mordecai 27. That Gangplank, it just says it all, man. That champion is quite strong to say the least. Though it does look like we are going to try and hop immediately over into the next game here. I will see if I can hand out points. I don't know if anyone was able to get the predictions off. It is a little early. So we are going to say that it went to the Yeet Lounge. They did take it. So That'll be the outcome. No points already exchanged there. But while they are setting up the next game, I am going to be right back. I need to get some water, so don't go away. We've got more League of Legends for you, so I will see you all in 2 minutes.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
Alright, alright. Oh gosh, wrong screen, wrong screen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are hopping into the next game here. It is game 2 between UWU and the Yeet Lounge. And we already see that it's going to be the Tristana band as well as the Emilio. We do not want to see that hyperscaling the Irradiant Soul and the Vega band away. in that mid lane from Lord Goopy. Seeing what he can do on it. I'm very curious to see what else he is able to pull out in the mid lane. As in the Kale is going to be locked, banned away, and then the Nocturne will also be gone. No real life load shedding here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, not in-game load shedding, ladies and gentlemen. What is Sade gonna likely be locking in here? It is going to be the Kai'Sa in that bot lane. It's going to be a little bit more of an aggressive pick already. Compared to the Ezreal is already a step forward, but that Lee Sin will be back in the hands of Fire. Seeing what he can do on it. They didn't seem to have any issues with it prior, but hopefully they are able to capitalize off it. But they're also going to pick up the Lucian again. They are very confident in this Lucian pick, and they are going to stick to their guts. And they are going to try and look to close out the game here with it. But now what is Ashen Knight going to be locking in for us today? Are we going to be seeing the reprise Cho'Gath, or are we going to see something completely new here? No, it does seem like they are going to stick with their comfort. They are going to stick with the Cho'Gath. But then that is going to be the Morgana for Annie, with pairing up with that Kai'Sa. Going to make it very easy to negate a lot of the CC that Lee Sin will offer, especially with the Dragon's Rage. And then looking forward, the Mordekaisers. Pretty standard team comp picked up once again by the Yeet Lounge. They are just running it back, basically. Bans, other than the Kale, this team comp is very much the same. So, might change up who their mid lane is going to be, but they are going to ban the Gangplank away from Lord Goopy. He is not going to be able to get that hard scaling mid lane, and not going to go for that bully play style there. And one thing's for sure, I do think there's going to be a heavy priority bans on this mid lane, and it's not, no one's going to get too much comfort there, but that in the Maokai actually getting prioritized. Not going to be seeing any Maokai action here, but then that now is going to be the Lilia is going to be banned away in the jungle, so we will not be seeing the Lilia fighting against that. Maybe don't like the sleep, don't like the mobility that the Lilia does have in these team fights, and that pick potential is quite high. So, bit of a respect ban there in the jungle. But what will be the final ban? They once again have not prioritized that support for the Lucian, but the Nami is still available. Northus has been banned, so we'll not be surprised if we see the Lucian Nami. But no, we will actually see the Zyra Lucian in that bot lane. Lucian can be, and Zyra can be very aggressive. Don't necessarily have any shielding, but they do have the damage for that early game, and does add a bit more damage, even more damage to the already high damage team comp for the Yeet Lounge. So now we're going to see what the answer is going to be for Lord Goopy. And we're going to like, no, but it seems like going to be picking the Darius into that Mordekaiser. So Ashen, but that is likely going to be the Cho'Gath mid. Could even be Darius jungle. What we're going to see is going to be the Hecarim, then Harvard for Dogloff. So that is Hecarim in the jungle, Lord Goopy, and Ashen Knight going to be interswitching between this Darius and the Cho'Gath. But that is going to be the Malzahar then picked up in the mid lane. So Malzahar mid, Mordekaiser in that top lane. That is going to be Ashen Knight on that Cho'Gath. But Lord Goopy playing the Darius mid. Has played this before. Has actually dominated on it in the past. So very likely going to be see some top tier gameplay in the mid lane. Well, Lucian Zyra in the bot lane. No Nami pairing there. But then it's going to be facing up against that Kai'Sa Morgana, which is quite a safe lane, but also can be quite aggressive if they are able to pick up that lead. But just while we prepare for loadout, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take a small break, so I will see you all in 3 minutes. So don't go away. We still have at least one more game left here, possibly two. So I'll see you all in 5 minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it once again. We are into game 2 here between UWU and the Yeet Lounge. So now, it does look like it's gonna be the rerun of the same team comp. Realistically, the only change is the Zyra and the Malzahar, but Elisa, Mordekaiser, and the Lucian are very consistent there. I'm getting the hydrated. I will be hydrated. I will hydrate myself. But now, invade potential is there with Annie. Annie could look for the dark binding, but they are going to be spotted on a ward, so I'm not going to likely find anything there. And knock up, not going to connect. Ash and Knight going to go rotate back up to that top side. Dogloff and Sade are going to be able to just chill there. Or Mordekaiser is going to just watching the red buff. And they are going to be on the retreat. No invade happening there. And it doesn't mean that they are just going to go and look up at this next buff here. Yeah, but I'm sad that we didn't really get invades. We like seeing invades. It's always entertaining to see invades. King Fluff no longer on that hyper carry. Now we got Majestic and the Big Les are on something that's a lot stronger. Malzahar can lock down targets very easily, but I don't know realistically if he will be able to do that 1v9 like he did with the Kale. But very nice leash coming out for Dogloff. And this does mean it's going to... Darius is also now going to try and look for some of those early trades, but King Fluff gonna give him a little smackaroonie here and there. Boom. Damn. He hit it, and that's a little bit of a bleed for the Darius, but Morgana Q does go wide. Big Les does not land the root. Or what do you will say it here? Oh, Dark Binding lands on the minion, not able to connect onto Majestic. The root does not connect over onto Sade. They're just trading a skill shots at this point in the game. Would not be surprised if this game's a little bit more bloody out on that bot side. Level 2 takes over for Sade and the side of the UWU. Up, the root does not connect onto Sade or Annie. Not really much going on. I expected more in this early game, especially from the likes of Lucian as well as a Kai'Sa. It seems like they are just both playing for that level 3. Really want to try and get the full set of abilities and then look for a re-engage. Well, Goopy is going to land the Apprehend. A lot of damage coming out from the Darius. Really good trades there for Lord Goopy. Lee Sin does look like he wants to come into the mid lane. Fire Pony is there. Level 3. The Resonating Strike does go wide. Darius is going to go... They are going to get war jumped on Darius. Just dropping the slow and will walk out. Not much to be afraid of for him there. But one thing we are definitely looking at is we need to keep an eye on this mid lane. Lord Goopy has picked up this Darius mid before. It has been quite oppressive. As now we see the Team Dog is going for a bit of violence. Ash and Knight, but will sidestep the Q there. Lord Goopy holding a lot of pressure in the mid lane. Really just trying to get rid of that black shield. But now we see Doglock is going for the invade onto Fire Pony. Gonna drop the Ghost and will drop the phase rush. The Lee Sin does go in for the Q there. There is no flash. And that is first blood going over to Dogloff. Very interesting Lee Sin mechanic there. It's one I believe is called the Lee Syndrome. The Lee Syndrome coming out there. Hot, the Dark Binding does connect. Sade dropping the W. But that is going to be the immediate retaliation there as King Fluff is getting a lot of damage out from Goopy. The burn, baby burn. Both have burns. But Darius coming up superior here. It does look like he is holding a very dominant hold on this lane with a 15 CS lead already. Or 14 CS lead already. And the Hecarim also holding a very nice gold lead over the Lee Sin. And then only 4 CS different down in that bot lane. But now the Steam Dog... This is a very familiar lane for him. I think this lane he's played multiple times, so he does know how to play. He knows he can just play to scale. The Cho'Gath will be a little bit easier to deal with as once he picks up 1 or 2 items. But Asher Knight is in the same boat. Knows he can just sit and farm, just stack up that health, stack up that healing. And all will be well for him. I see Hecarim wants to go for a fight down the bot side, but Majestic as well as Big Slaves do still have both their summoners up. So very unlikely going to go get a kill there, rather trying to burn sums. And really good trading coming out. Good from Streamdog as Hecarim is going to be looking into the bot lane. There is going to be flash, but the root will connect from the biggest Les. Will stop the horsey in his tracks. And that is a gank averted once again. The gold is 1,000 in favor of the UWU. So they could really potentially use this lead to grow. Hecarim can be quite oppressive if when farming, and he can have easy access to that back line. There's no real way to kind of negate his engage on that back line, except for the Malzahar ulti. And he took a bit of a chunk of damage there, more than she would have liked. So Sade's now going to have to try and hold that way, while Zyra is just being an annoying pest, getting that poke off. While Goopy can very easily clear out the Malzahar's waves and kind of can match the lane push with the Q. This King Fluff just trying to hold this, but Darius is not making this any easier. Steamdog has looking for the roam mid, as well as Fire Pony does have the level 4, not level 6, but the Abraham does then put in the under tower, but the suppressed coming out onto the Darius. Dogloff is there to answer, will pick up one. Goopy will be flashing under the tower. Steamdog does have the Death Realm, could take Hecarim out there, and does look like he will. But Dogloff will just sit by his tower, and not going to do too much there, but going to go for a possible trade onto stream. But now Goopy ticking down a little bit with the help of the Space Aids, but very much a favorable pick once again for UWU as they pick up 2 kills there, 2 for the Hecarim. Lee Sin, unfortunately, not been able to capitalize much on these ganks here. Definitely think we could possibly be looking at a game 3 here, ladies and gentlemen, from just looking at this early game. Now, we have seen how close the team fights get with these two teams. We've seen how close it gets just in general. So do not lose your faith in anyone here just yet. But itemization-wise, Lee Sin's still going for that lethality. We see the giant belt pick up for the Mordekaisers. So going to be even Stevens on the Cho'Gath items. Well, not actually even Stevens, but they both do have a giant spell. That's kind of more what I was going at. Oh, gosh. I definitely need like a monster or something. I didn't sleep too well last night, so your boy is on very low sleep. But Dogloff is going to go drop the ghost. Is going to go into that top lane. Mordekaiser does not have the Death Realm. Dogloff is going to trade some damage, but not going to be very much. That Mordekaiser is quite tanky with that giant spell. And the Hecarim really only has the cooldown reduction boots and a longsword. Not going to do too much there. As Dog Biting goes wide once again. It's not good. Be trying to go for more trades. But Fluff coming out on top. I need sound alerts. I need to set up those sound alerts so it stops popping up. The Action Knight's not going for a fight onto Steamdog. Will come out in the face. Oh, never mind. But that's going to be the first dragon then picked up by the Yeet Lounge. They have started it already. They picked up the Ocean Drake next one. Oh gosh, I don't have objective timers. Sorry chat, I do apologize. 4 minutes till the Infernal, so we're not going to get any Infernal Souls today. But gold is relatively even. It's Majestic and the biggest Les could just be holding down this bot lane. Don't really want to look for something for aggressive. Morgana did walk away for a brief moment. Does look like the respect is definitely shown between these two supports. One root or one dark binding could mean the end. Dogloff is going to be looking to finish down that bot side and could possibly look for that gank down there. But there is a ward that can spot him out. Root does connect. Lucian going to be able to drop some damage. The Black Shield immediately coming out from Annie. But now I see Hecarim wants to look for a gank bot side. Both Sums still available for Majestic and the Les. As we are likely going to just... What are we going to see here? Doglop going to commit for it. Say it is going to try and hold this wave. Does not want to give any more tower pressure. But Hecarim really iffy on the getting on the gank stun here. Really wants to try and go for something. But in the top side, you already see the Lee Sin and the Mordekaiser are going to be picking up that Rift Herald. So Hecarim really needs to commit to this. Will connect to the big Les, but he's going to force the flash out of the Zyra. As that is flash for ulti there. It's worth for the Hecarim. But if you look in that top side, it is very favorable objective-wise for Fire Pony and Stream Dog, who pick up the Rift Herald. But Majestic, they're going to have to show a little bit more respect now. Les does not have the flash. Hecarim is going for some invades here. Zyra is going to try and to see if they can deny this. Malzahar is going to be walking down as well, but Goopy will be there off. Doglov gets hit by the silence. See, Zyra drops the ulti. Takes a lot of damage, but not much trade been happening there. That is going to be the grab count for Lord Goopy. But then will get suppressed under the tower. Darius will not be able to get the execute, and King Fluff locks down the Darius. And puts first kill on the board for the Yeet Lounge. As now Ashen's going to pick up this fight here with Steam Dog, but Steam Dog taking a lot of damage. Does not have much AP, where the Cho'Gath is going to be able to shred through that health very easily with the max health damage. So King Fluff going to try and shove this wave so he can go for that quick and easy reset. Does have TP, so he's not too stressed. The Darius does not have any teleports, so cannot really get to the lane fast enough. And going to try and deny him as many minions as possible as the wave shoves. Very good call there, going from Malzahar, but Annie does miss the Dark Binding. A lot of damage gets traded out from the Lucian. Gold lead is only 1,000 in favor of UWU. But the Yeet Lounge are holding their own. Lucian dashing forward. Malzahar picks up the full Leandries already. At 12 minutes, first Mythic is picked up by Malzahar. It's going to be very easy to shove those waves. Going to do that extra bit of tick damage over to the Darius, who's desperate, just going to try and get at least one plate out of this. While Sayed is going to try and hold the wave. Does not want the wave pushing once again. Zyra damage coming out, dropping Sage below half HP. Malzahar is looking very favorable in this matchup now. Has picked up some of that more of that CS. Is a level lead ahead. But it's going to immediately have to flash, showing the respect that Darius deserves there. But Steam Dog is now mid lane to possibly back him up if necessary. As a Majestic and Les are going to be bot side pushing the wave. Fire Pony clearing out vision. The lethality has not been working nearly out as well as he would want. Alright, could please hold on for like 5 minutes? Someone's at my door. People are just pranking me. This is big team fight happening up from Fire Pony. And does take down the Lee Sin. Hecarim picks up the 1 kill there. Lord Goopy traded out Fire Pony. That is going to be the 1-for-1. Doglov taken quite low in the process. A little bit more poke going out from the Zyra. But looking forward, King Fluff will always have the higher priority on the push. Mordecai, the top side, Cho'Gath going to go onto the wave mid, while Darius is going to try and head down to that dragon. Wants to try and at least prevent the dragon stacking. While Lee Sin and Lucian on their way. Malzahar's ulti back does get stopped by the Cho'Gath. Even though he probably could have just continued backing, wouldn't have done too much there. But there's going to be a heavy priority on this dragon, while Steam Dog is going to be smacking up that tower. But is going to drop the TP in. They are going to fully commit for this fight here. That is 5v5 for this Drake. They want the second Drake, but UWU say otherwise. They want to try and pick it up for themselves. Looking for that engage. Zyra does drop the ult, does get the knock up onto Doglov. The upper hand does land onto Steam Dog, into the root, into the knock up, into the silence. Knocked back by the Hecarim, but taken to the death realm. Lisa gets the shutdown onto Doglov. Kaiser should just try to get back in. Lee Sin lands the Q. Will use the Dragon's Raid to knock away Annie. Annie's gonna have to burn the flash. Ashen Knight is taken quite low. Malzahar does have the Nether Grass still. Does not have the mana for it. But that is already looking like a favorable pickup there for the Yeet Lounge. As they take out the jungler. And this does mean there's going to be an easy dragon. Cho'Gath is going to be way over the wall. Does have the Eat available. Lee Sin has no kick. There is no way that they can deny this smite here from the Cho'Gath. They're going to have to go for the kill there. Nethergrass is going to be dropped. King Fluff takes down Ashen Knight. And they do lock down their second dragon and secure themselves a 1,000 gold lead. Sade, unfortunately, were not able to get the damage off that sheet that they would have wanted to get off. And with that, Lucian was able to kite it back superbly well. Lee Sin kicking away the Annie, not giving anyone the black shield before having to burn the flash. Very, very well played coming out from the Yeet Lounge. That's the Majestic Reaper. Could possibly just be looking for to farm a little bit more. Did go for the most recent reset. Lee Sin is yet to reset as well. Has picked up a little bit more gold there. But dash forward from the Reaper. Dogloff there to answer. But does not have the devastating charge anymore. Big Les is going to make his way down. Gold lead has shifted over to the Yeet Lounge. Gosh, my brain is so sore today. I don't know why it's so sore today. I'm not going to lie. But now because it's clearing out vision, Annie is going to walk forward, does not own the dog binding. A lot of damage coming out from Majestic Reaper. Majestic Reaper is going to have the dodge. The Hecarim ulti does have the flash. Will flash away. Will use the Eat dash. As there's now TP coming out from the Malzahar. Will be the Nethergrass into lockdown. The culling is dropped. And Dogloff is taken down. Well, very good TP coming out from King Fluff. And able to lock down the movie speed Hecarim. And hand over that kill very comfortably again to the Malzahar. Now, Sade is quite low, very diveable, as there is still a lot of damage available to Lucian, but Goopy taking a big chunk of burn from King Fluff. As there was a very well executed dive there. Lucian quite low. Ashen Knight gets taken into the death round by the Mordecai. The knock up there. Fire Pony is going to back up. Theme Dog here does have the kick. It's going to go for the Q. It's going to land the kick. It's going to turn the second part of the Resonating Strike. Q does go wide, but Lee Sin will pick that up. And that is now a firm 3,000 gold lead picked up for the Yeet Lounge. As they also now picked up the tower in the mid lane. They dropped the Herald top lane. Look like they can pick up another tower up there. Yeet Lounge have definitely stepped up the pace here in this game. They really, really want to push forward. They are not messing around anymore. They are not going to let this game go to 40 minutes. They want to end it in 25. As now King Fluff is going to catch out. Dogloff dropped the silence, but they're saying charge. Not going to be stopped there. As now the Yeet Lounge hold it forward. Majestic and Big Les just keeping this tower safe. But King Fluff and Steam Dog are going to be able to lock down that second tower and possibly could look for that third charge. They do look like they might look for it. Hecarim is possibly going to look for a way in, but there's now 3 versus 3. Lee Sin does have the Resonating Strike into the Nethergrass. So much damage coming out there. Dogloff is in the back line. Hecarim doing so much damage, but Darius gets shot. Darius takes down the Lee Sin. But that is not going to be the immediate trade. Mordecai taking down the Hecarim. King Fluff gets knocked down. Takes a lot of damage from the Darius. But the burn coming out. So much burn damage. Mordecai's Q does go wide. Steam Dog picks up a triple kill in the top lane. That is not what you want to be seeing if you are the Yeet Lounge. You just gave Darius so much gold for no reason. For the little bit of a greed for that extra tower was not worth it. But once again, now Darius has picked up the Gore Drinker, so we're going to have a little bit more of that sustain in these fights. As now the gold has kind of evened out, but it's still about 1,000 gold behind the Malzahar. But that is going to be top lane turret picked up for UWU. Lee Sin has got the Axiom Arc, really wants to try and get as many of those Dragon's Furies off, Dragon's Rages off as possible. Well, Dogloff could be looking for a fight down here in the bot lane. No flash. Lucian But he does have the Yeet and the Gale Force, so can't escape fairly easily. The Sage will hold the wave once more. But King Fluff doing a lot of damage over to Goopy here as Ashen, as you do see, there's going to be the suppress there into the knockup. Mordekaiser is going to be there to answer. Does have Death Realm, will take the Darius there. Cho'Gath does get the Eat, the extra healing coming out. Firepoint needs to be careful, the Ultra Instinct coming, the Kill Instinct coming out there. Steam Dog has to go on the retreat. Darius does not have ult, neither does the Cho'Gath. Running for their lives, tanking some tower. But now Dogloff wants to go for the kill onto the big layers, but a lot of damage coming from the Illusion. Does have the Gale Force forward. Majestic picks up the kill. The Dark Binding is going to be blocked by the plant as Steam Dog going to clear out this wave. But are they going to have to contest for this dragon? Lee Sin is dead, so is the Olaf, so is the Dogloff. But so it would be a 50-50. Even with no Cho'Gath ult, they are going to mutually respect one another and going to go for the resets. But one thing's for certain, the Hecarim going the Eclipse, going for more of that lethality, one-shot build, wants to take out that Lee Sin, wants to take out that Lucian as well. Gosh, why am I so tired today? The biggest les is going to be, it is going to be the 5-man commit for this Drake. Once again, they want that third Drake. Hecarim is still quite far away. They could look to burst it. They are going to let it just pull out rather. Malzahar does not have another grasp, at least not for a couple more seconds. Now it is up. Can't lock down the Cho'Gath, can't lock down the Hecarim. Are going to do it. He is going to use the grasp on the Hecarim. I'm going to lock him down into the Mordekaiser. Pull Lisa does pick up the Dragon Dog, not taking too much damage, but it's going to be trying to run away. Steam Dog picks up one. Needs to land the Q, and Ashen picks up another. Double kill for the Mordekaiser. Zyra locks down one. Lee Sin is going in on the Goopy. Goopy trying to get his healing off as possible, but there's so much anti-heal. And Lee Sin gets the shutdown onto Darius. And that is going to be Baron start up for the Yeet Lounge. Nethergross coming up just in time for them to lock down Dogloff. Cho'Gath not able to get into the pit in time either to get the Eat off. And that is a very well executed dragon. Their third dragon for the Yeet Lounge. And this Baron is going to be taken out relatively quickly with the power of the Lucian and the Mordekaiser. Very good straight there. And then the burn coming out from the Malzahar. As they take down the Baron, they are going to go for those hard resets. And boy, they have a lot of gold to spend. Zyra is also going to be picking up that Leandris. So that's going to suggest very well with the Malzahar. And is looking to possibly build into either the anti-heal or into the Rylai's. While we see that is going to be still the Jackstraw priority for the Mordekaiser. At least going for the Lucidity Boots. And Malzahar possibly looking to finish building that Rylai's. A lot of damage coming out to Annie. Taking a lot of burst. The Culling coming out. Lucian going for the 1v2. Takes down Sade. Lucian is looking dangerous. Didn't show them the respect that he deserved. And that is going to be your life gone. So now Lucian's couldn't be able to push down this bot time. Morgana is going to go for the reset, but they're going to try flash forward. Flash from Majestic, but they aren't able to take down that Morgana in time. She will get that reset. And looking at it, some more itemization. The Darius has picked up the Force of Nature. Going to be able to help cope with that Mordekaiser, Malzahar, and Zyra damage. But Lee Sin and Lucian are still hurting quite a bit. So Darius does have to be careful there. Malzahar does land the side, does land the E, and that is going to be a big tick. That is a lot of burn. That is already fully stacked there. The minions hopping out, coming in hot. We'll be able to drop the E. Lord Goopy's just going to die here to King Fluff's burn. So much damage coming out from the Malzahar. The gold lead is 6,000. Very firm, very comfortable. Fire opponent could look to land the resonating strike. Wants to go in for the fight here. Ashen Knight is holding that top lane against Steam Dog, who only has the Rylai's available to him. But Rylai's the Heartsteel. Who is going to win that? As now Hecarim does going to go in for the King Fluff. He does not have the ult. He doesn't have the Nethergross. They are going to be able to shut him down. A lot of burn, a lot of damage coming. Cho'Gath gets the Eat there. But at what cost? They lose bot tower. And they are going to lose their inhib tower as well. Hecarim's back will get stopped. As this is more and more push there for the Yeet Lounge. Mordekaiser's going into the fight. They know the Cho'Gath does not have the Eat available. It is going to back away. A lot of damage coming out. The Kaiser will use the Killer Instinct to get onto Steam Dog, but that's going to be the flash from the Mordekaiser immediately. And it does possibly look like he is going to go for a small minor reset there. In fact, no resets. Gonna go pick up his Scuttle Crabberino. And then could look for that reset. Sitting at 1.6k. Wants to get that Jack Show. While the Lucian is desperately close to the Serolda's Grudge. So possibly is going to be locking that in. And he does. And now, Lucian is quite strong. Has got some one-shot capabilities. Malzahar, very easy lockdown. Hecarim needs to be very careful who he picks his targets on, because the longer this game is going on, the harder and harder it is for him to find that engage. And the scaling is not in their favor, especially with the likes of, well, the Malzahar. But Kaiser does outscale the Lucian. And we could see Silence does not connect onto Dogloft, but the Dragon is going to be spawning in 30 seconds. This is going to be the Soul, as Darius does take Goopy into the Death Realm. Multiple members of Yeet Lounge are there to pick up Goopy. Goopy has no way to run, does have the flash, will get over the wall. They do not look like they're going to commit for Goopy, who is going to be running away there. The Silence coming out onto the Hecarim. Melissa does go for the Dark Bite, does go for the Morgan, does connect. The Resonating Strike is not going to go for it. They are just going to try and maintain this pressure and maintain this setup for this Dragon. This is their Soul. It is the X-Tech Soul. And this is definitely going to be the last, possibly the last fight of the game. Getting this Soul will be huge. And they will be able to push through that bot lane and possibly close out the game with Super Minions now in their base. King Fluff is going to drop the ult on the Hecarim. Hecarim's nowhere to go, but the Apprehend will land. Two members trying their best. Hecarim does try ulti, does try and get the kill. The King Fluff's in quite low, but Lucian will take down the Dragon. Lee Sin takes down the Hecarim. Lee Sin goes over the wall, does have the Resonating Strike, could possibly take out the Lee Sin. Mordekaiser is tanking so much with the Jack Show and the Riot Allies. Does have the shield, but does get by the knockup. Kaiser is trying her best, but Annie does get taken out into the root from the Zyra. And that is double kill for Lee Sin, double kill for the Mordekaiser. Super Minions are in their base. There is no way they can go. Mordekaiser could possibly go for that TB, but Cho'Gath is going to have to try and hold this on his own. They are still very long death timers. There's still 15 seconds left on that Hecarim. Is he going to be able to hold the line here? Super Minions going to be there to assist. First Nexus Tower is going to fall. Next one is being targeted. Mordekaiser is going to be tanking a little bit. Super Minion is still alive. Going to sidestep that knockup. Hecarim is there. They're going to just run go for the heal. Does drop the ghost. Does get onto the Lee Sin, but the Lee Sin is going to kick away the Hecarim, and that's going to be really good fighting coming out there from Majestic. Picked up one. Fire Pony's on a rampage. Mordekaiser will be taken into the Death Realm, try and take down the Nexus. Sade is going to be there as well, but they are going to commit to take down the Nexus as the Yeet Lounge take the series 2-0. Oh my goodness, that was a doozy of a game, ladies and gentlemen. I will say that. Quite the doozy. Alright. But GG well played over to both teams here. GG well played over to UWU as well as the Yeet Lounge. But the Yeet Lounge coming in strong second game. Really dominant. New kids on the block coming in hot. Oh, exactly, bro. I mean, the Yeet Lounge really asserted their dominance in this game. The first game, they kind of let them off easy almost. Kind of held it back and took us to a 45-minute game. But in the end, they decided, nope, this was enough. And they wanted to close it out to 2-0. And they do very healthily do that as King Fluff does the most damage. But yeah, so GG well played to everybody from both sides. GG well played to Yeet Lounge as well as UWU. Thank you so much for popping into the stream and watching, everybody. I know it was a bit earlier than most streams, but we'll find out if we're going to have any more today, but I don't think we're going to have any more streams until tomorrow, which we are going to have quite a big game, which is cast on here. We are going to have Era Last Time facing off up against ATK in one of the last group matches for the Pro Division. So that is definitely a game you don't want to miss. So from me, from Bella, who has now since disappeared into thin air, I will see you all in the next game and the next series. But enjoy the rest of your weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye and good afternoon.